Took some time, but we pointed out that tomorrow isn't here and now, baby. An absent mind came to roam around. Captured you in a foggy cloud, baby. Standing on my toes on the edge, I'm ready to go. See it clear when the shadows are lit, I'm ready to go. I'm taking matters into my own hands now. Let's face it, we only got this life to live out. So follow me, I'm ready to go. I'll take the lead, I'm ready to go. Bumps in the road, many obstacles. But when we fall, we get up and go, baby. The way they think is paradoxical. Captured you in a foggy cloud, baby. Standing on my toes on the edge, I'm ready to go. See it clear when the shadows are lit, I'm ready to go. I'm taking matters into my own hands now. Let's face it, we only got this life to live out. So follow me, I'm ready to go. I'll take the lead, I'm ready to go. Even if you lose your hope, I will be there to pick you up. Even if you can't let go, I'll untie the invisible ropes that keep you down. I'm taking matters into my own hands now. Let's face it, we only got this life to live out. So follow me, I'm ready to go. I'll take the lead, I'm ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to go.
And right there, my friend, is my favorite song by far. And I'm ready to go. So, a question to you: are you ready? Today's topic, as you might see from somewhere on the screen right now or somewhere around the live, is fears and doubts. What fears and doubts are holding us back, and how do we deal with them? That's what we're looking for. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what this entire episode is going to be about. And before I dive into that, I want to start out with a story from my life regarding fears and doubt. Back over 10 years ago now, I was in the army. And one of the things that I am, or at least was, incredibly afraid of is heights. I mean, who isn't? Heights is obviously the most dangerous thing in the world, and everyone who is up at heights is basically just dead already. They just don't know about it. No, that's not the case at all. And during the trainings, one of the days, they sent us up a 10-story apartment building. And they told us to go by rope down over the edge of this very, very high building. And for some reason, I ended up being at the very back of the line. Wonder if it was fear creeping in, making me move slower than everyone else up the stairs. But either way, there was at the top of this really, really high building. And looking around, I could see the countryside. I could see a lot of beautiful places because it was situated in a really nice place. But I could also see the rope disappearing over the edge, heading all the way down, probably around, I don't know, let's say 120 feet, something like that. Really, really high. And I was sitting there waiting for my turn. And I remember literally my life flashed before my eyes. I saw my kids, I saw my wife, I saw everything I wanted in life and everything I had in life disappear. And I was thinking about, in all honesty, I was thinking about how people would remember me because I am going to die now. That's what's going to happen. And you're in the army, so you do what you're told, right? Obviously, you step up to the point and you get all the gear on and you hook up to the line. And one of our our officers, he looked at me and he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No." And he said, "All right, so let's do this." And I was kind of surprised because I was envisioning in my mind, he was going to say, "If I'm not okay, that's okay. You can step away." Of course, he wasn't going to say that. But in my mind, that was what I was hoping for. And he said, "All right, so scoot over to the edge here. And then you go around and you actually start going down the rope." And one of the things, if you don't know how going down ropes works, if you have someone at the bottom holding onto the rope, if I drop the rope, I will fall literally all the way down. There's nothing stopping me if I drop the rope. I have to hold onto the rope and I have to lock it behind my back in order to go down slowly. And if I drop the rope, no one's going to catch me. I am completely 100% on my own if I drop the rope here. That's what it is. You cannot drop the rope, right? But you can have a person at the very bottom holding the rope. So if the person on top of you let's go, or for any reason, let's go with the rope, he can pull the rope and actually stop him. They did not have this. We had no one. You are your own safety, and you had to take responsibility for that yourself. So when I was going just over the edge, I was still holding on to this. He looked at me and he said, "You know, in order to be brave, you have to be afraid." And I thought about that for a second, and then I started going down. And I heard my friends, and I heard the people already in my platoon that had gone down with me. I heard them down on the ground. And then everything went black for a couple of seconds, it felt like, while I was going down. But those words stuck with me. In order to be brave, we have to be afraid. I think fear is a wonderful mechanism. I think fear is an indication for when you are ready, when you should get going, when it's time. I think fear is that indication. If you are afraid, my friend, you're on the right path. We have to step out and we have to get out of that comfort zone. What I learned that day was that I was more than comfortable with, or more than capable of, rather, surviving a situation like that. And I could achieve so much more than I previously thought. We have to step out and we have to get to the point where we're comfortable being uncomfortable. And we have to beat fear. We have to punch fear right in the face and be okay with that. Any other way, it's going to be hard. We have to deal with fear. But we also have to deal with our own beautiful mind, the doubt we create for ourselves, or the idea that I am not good enough. We have to deal with these things as well. But I think starting out, fear is a wonderful thing to experience, because when you are afraid, you can step out of that and you can start taking responsibility for your actions and for what you, my friend, are doing and how you're going to move forward from that point. Talking about fear transitions into doubt, that transitions into value or worthiness. If I am worthy and capable of this. That's the other thing we also have to address here. We can't ignore the fact that some people, me included, thought we were not worthy of success. We were not worthy of actually doing stuff or actually creating our world and our platform around us. I used to come from that place where I thought I wasn't worthy. It wasn't for me. It was for someone else, but it wasn't for me. I used to come from that place. And I used to have that as the perspective that I am not good enough. Someone else is much better. I should just step away from this. I should go literally the way I saw this. I was hugging the walls, hoping no one would see me, almost like a ghost passing by. That was how I lived life. And that's how I kind of went by on a daily basis. The issue with this is twofold at least. You get into the mindset of thinking you are not good enough and you are more than good enough. You are amazing and fantastic. The second thing is nothing good happens to people who just walk along the walls. Like if you're not seen, if no one sees what you do, if no one is helping you achieve your goals, if no one is helping you get to the point where you want to be, people can't help you if they don't know you exist. You have to step out of that. You have to be somewhere where you can become the person you need to be to grow. You need to step away from that wall and step into owning your future. Worthiness is just a concept in your mind, your idea of when you're done or when you're ready. I have to finish this certification. I have to do this. I have to do that. Just in your mind. No one cares. You are ready. You have to do what you want to do with life. This does not only apply for business, even though it applies a lot in business. This applies for literally everything in life. Had a wonderful conversation yesterday with a friend of mine, and we talked about why people don't pursue their dreams. He shifted his life completely from what he was doing. He was working 9 to 5, living the old hamster wheel type of life, and he switched everything. Almost overnight, he switched. He moved to a new country. He stepped away from the old way of living. He stepped out and started to create his way of living, his life, the way he wanted to do it, the way he wanted to set his life up for him and his family. And when he stepped away from that, he realized that, hey, this is not only possible, it is actually easier than I thought it was. And it can be done. You have to get to the point where you own your life, where you control your life, where you take responsibility for what's in your life. If you think living and working 9 to 5 is the ideal world, that's the perfect way you want to live, do that. For the rest of us that want something more or something different, it's okay to have something different. It's okay to work 9 to 5. I'm not saying anything is better or worse. What I'm saying is what is 100% worse is living someone else's life. You have to live your life. And you have to be okay with stepping out from the comfort zone, from what everyone else thinks you should be doing, stepping out and owning your life and taking the steps you need to take to live your life. Another story from my life with this is my father, who is now in his late 70s, he used to drive rally cars. That's what he did for fun. And he was pretty good at it. He was one of the best in Sweden. And he did that for lots and lots of years. But he never really fully committed to doing that, like full-time, pursuing the professional career. He always did that as a hobby. He never pursued that. And he said a couple of years back that, I wish I would have done that. I had opportunities. I wish I would have done that. My friend, I don't want to sit on the porch when I'm old and when I'm gray, thinking I should have or I could have. I want to do it, and I want to see what happens. Because part of taking the responsibility here is when you take an action and it doesn't turn out the way you want it to turn out, you can always take a new action and get you to a new place. If the only thing you take away from this thing I'm doing right now is thinking about where you want to go, and today, literally today, taking an action. And if you step away right now to take that action, I applaud that. Awesome, go get it. But take that one action that could get you one step closer to where you really want to be. Because you have to create that. No one's going to create it for you. You have to create it yourself. And when you create it yourself, you can take all the pride that you actually done it. But what you also can do is you can come to a place when you look back on where you started, you will realize how far you've come. Because most of the times we don't realize how far we come. We don't realize how many obstacles we already overcome and how many things we thought we would never be able to do, we already done and crushed them. Again, it comes back to this comfort zone. We have to step out of it. We have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. It's never going to get easier. I can tell you that from experience. When we did not have food, when we did not have anything at all going for us, life was really hard. Really hard. Because when you don't have food, you don't eat. That's horrible, right? And when you start to make some money, other issues arise. How am I going to do this now? Or how is this going to be working out? What if I tell people I can help them and I can't? Or what if I tell people, hey, I'm good at this, and people tell me that, hey, are you really good at this? Or if you get haters, people writing to you saying stuff you don't want to hear. Or what if you make it so you're so successful that you have to start thinking about, how do you pay taxes on $1 million? How do I solve this? Sure, it's nicer to have an issue where you can think about, how do I pay my taxes, than not having food, obviously. But the challenges and the doubt and the fear and everything else is still the same. Because you, my friend, are still you. You're still going to have your brain, your idea of the world, and everything is going to be the same. It's just external factors. More money, awesome. More clients, perfect. Still you. We have to do the work in our brains, and in our hearts, and in our souls to be able to handle this. And fear and doubt is always going to be present. If you ask an athlete in the Olympics, they can't allow doubt when they're stepping up. For some reason, I'm envisioning swimmers right now. That's what I see. When they step up, ready to jump in the pool, they cannot allow doubt to creep in. Because if doubt creeps in, it's going to crumble literally everything. They won't be able to swim as fast as they need to swim right now. They have to stay focused. And they have to stay so incredibly focused for that period of time that when they look back, they can't understand how they managed to pull that off. Now they are an Olympic champion in swimming, and they've done it. The next time they're going to step up, it's going to feel easier. Or now they have pressure because they are now an Olympic champion in swimming. So it's never going to get, you have to own this. This is mindset, guys. We have to own this ourselves. We have to take that responsibility. And we have to understand that no one is going to help you, or people can help you, but no one's going to be able to take that responsibility away from you, or you're not going to be able to hand it off. You need to own it. And when fear comes up, perfect, you're in the right spot. You're heading in the right direction. If you don't experience fear at any point during your day, and I'm not talking like being held at gunpoint, that's a bad place, but when you're doing stuff in your business or in your life, if you're not experiencing fear at any point during your days, you're doing something wrong. You're never going to get any results that you really want and really care about if it's comfortable. Look at where you're sitting right now. If you're sitting on a couch, or if you're standing in the kitchen, or if you're sitting in the sofa, wherever you are, look at where you are. Look around, like right now. Where you are right now is a result of decisions you have made. It's a direct result of decisions you made during your lifetime. No one else's decisions, your decisions. If your wife left you because you cheated on her, that's your decision. If you left your wife because she cheated on you, that's your decision. If she cheated on you and you're still there, that's your decision. If you don't have any money right now, that, my friend, is also your decision. You own it. And if you don't step out, if you don't take responsibility for that, if you don't step out of the comfort zone and into fear and doubt territory, you're going to be stuck here. If we talk 10 years from now, it's going to be the same couch, in the same living room, or in the same kitchen. Always. Step out. Do something. Take one small step towards the next thing. If it feels incredibly scary to start that business or to do that next thing, Just do one small thing. Just do one thing. Take one step towards it. But be consistent. Take one step every single day. And if you need help and support, if you need someone to push you along, reach out. We'll set up a messenger group or something and I'll help you. Push you forward. Look at the goals you have and see if I can help with that. Or find a friend, someone who is at your level, understanding it's time to level up, understanding it's time to go, it's time to do something more and something bigger in life, that is hungry like you are and actually wants something more. Find that friend and team up and push each other forward. Make sure to find that friend. And if you don't have that friend, that's the first thing you have to do. You have to step out of the comfort zone and get you a friend that can help you push yourself forward. Last week, we talked about communities. And one thing we talked a little bit about that I want to talk a bit more about today is the people you surround yourself with. One of the hardest things to try to do something more and something bigger with is when you are surrounded by people who wants you to stay exactly as you are. That typically is your mother, it's your wife, it's your brother, it's your uncle, it's the people in your family or close friends. They want you to stay exactly as you are because they know who you are. They've known you for years. Everything is perfect. Bob, just stay where you are. Nothing to worry about. Just be here. Everything is nice. We'll have a barbecue on Friday. Everything is nice. Just stay. And they're not saying that to be mean to you. They're saying that because they care about you. They want you to be comfortable. They want you to be where you are because they are comfortable. They don't have to be challenged in that. You don't have to be challenged. We can just exist here and just be here, just survive here in this area. And most people get stuck there. Are you stuck there? I know I was. I had to give up friendships in order to move my life forward. I had to ask family members when they say, no, you can't do that. That's going to be hard. Or what if this or what if that? I had to tell them, all right, thank you for the feedback, but I don't need that feedback. I need support because I'm building my life here. I understand you're trying to keep me safe, keep me comfortable, keep me where my place. You keep trying to keep me here. I understand you're doing that from love, but I want to do something more. And you can either support me in that or you can be quiet. I don't need this negative energy. We need to have people pushing us and supporting us forward. And I usually say we want to be in an environment where we can look up to other people and aspire to be something more. Where we can look up and have conversations with others who walked a little bit further than you have and that I have. And I think we need to be in these situations where other people are ahead of us. We can't be in the situation where we are leading the pack. So one of my mentors said, being the king of the pond is worse than being a fish in the ocean. It's more comfortable to be the king in the pond, obviously, but you don't have any freedom at all. It's a small pond. He actually said it more hard. He said king of the shitheads. That's what he said. I didn't say that, but he said. You have to level up. You have to find that community. You have to find that area. And I have no hidden pitch here. I'm literally just telling you, look at the people around you and think to yourself, am I in the right spot now? I'm not telling you to go get rid of all your friends. Not at all. I have a lot of wonderful friends and you have friends as well that you want to keep in your life, but they might not understand where you're going. They don't have your goals and they can never understand your goals and your missions. Why you're doing this. They will never understand. Not because they're stupid, only because they're not you. And it doesn't matter how hard or how many times you try to explain this to them. They are not you. Hence, they can never fully understand why you're on the path you're on. We have to have people around us that says, you go get it. I'll help you. Come hell and high water. I'll help you. Let's walk through it together. Because we can't succeed by ourselves or a few people, a very small amount of people can have success alone. Success, my friend, is a team game. We win together, we lose together, and we have to build our lives and our goals around the concept of working with others. That's my definition of winning: working with others and building it up from the ground up together. And I'm cycling back. While we're doing that, if we're not afraid, we're doing something wrong. Another thing with fear, most people, when we talk about fear, talk about the fear of failure. And sure, that is a reality. We could fail. I have failed horrible times. I failed so many times. One of my mottos is fail faster. Because when you fail, you learn. You fail, you get up again, you improve, and you change, and then you move forward. You try again and you do better. You have to fail faster. What is not spoken about that much is fear of success. And I meet this almost every single day. Talk to so many people who say, well, what if I make it? What if this actually works? What if it actually comes together the way I really envision it? And what if I come to a place where I'm actually successful with this? What are the neighbors going to say? What will my mother say? What will people say? What if the local newspaper writes about me? What would happen then? And I think it's such an interesting concept. What if things turns out the way I want them to turn out and people start talking about that? What am I going to do? To me, again, we're caught up in the ideas of others. I don't care what people think or what people say or what the newspapers write anymore. I used to do that. That doesn't mean I don't care what other people say, but I can't let it affect me on my path to where I'm going. Because literally, the people saying stuff or seeing stuff, they don't know where I'm heading. They have no idea what my goals are. They have no idea how things are going to come together. They're seeing a small piece of something. They're making up their minds and they're acting based on that. Being afraid of success for what others are going to say about us, I'm going to put it plain as day, is silly. But it's equally silly to be afraid of failures. You have to fail. Things will go to, I didn't curse, but things will go south eventually. And in certain areas. And we will learn, we will adapt, and we'll get over it. We have to. We have to. If we don't, there's no development, there's no leveling up, there's no fear, we're not getting anywhere. So we have to be okay with failing. And we have to be okay with success as well. It is okay. And the final piece to this puzzle is the doubt. Fear to me is an accelerator. When I feel afraid, I know I'm heading in the right direction. Doubt is a completely different story. Doubt can be crippling. It can crush you if you let it. Doubt is one of those feelings where you can get up in the morning, have a really good start to the day, and then doubt creeps in, and all of a sudden you're sitting in the sofa, not doing anything, scrolling on Facebook or wherever, finding a bearded man somewhere talking and being stuck there because it's more comfortable to just watch this. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It's comfortable to watch this and not have to deal with the things you know you have to deal with. But you know what the worst thing about doubt is? Doubt and anxiety to me is kind of the similar thing. The worst thing is that it gets worse the longer you wait. Go do it. Fix it. Do something about it. If you're doubting your own capabilities, find something to win at. I had a period in my life where I had so much doubt in my mind that I couldn't do anything, where I was so weak in my belief that I was good enough or that I could achieve anything, that I started literally every day on my phone with a silly game just to win 5 or 6 levels, to have some type of success, to have a first win of the day. Of course, that's not ideal, but I had to get that first win of the day. Then I could check my emails because I was so afraid that someone would send something to my email that I did not want to see or did not want to get or did not want to hear about, that would affirm my idea that I wasn't good enough, that I would get crippled from it and not do anything that day. So what I realized, if I do something, in that case, it was a small game. If I play that and have some success, small wins, I can start my day, I can get going. And as I got going, I realized that email never came. I didn't have that email. So I could start emailing some people. I could actually start messaging some people. I could actually start doing some work. And slowly but surely, I had more and more wins during the day. And in the afternoon, I was in a good place. I could actually get stuff done, and it worked out. Not all days. Some days, I did not win those levels. And I spent the entire day staring at a screen, walking in the forest, doing anything to get away from having to deal with the fact that I didn't believe in myself. I think that when it comes to doubt, we have to kind of beat it with small wins. Do something small. Make sure you win at something small. When I look back at that period of my life, one of the things that I regret the most is all the wasted days I had because of doubt. All the days I could have achieved something more where I didn't, because I was so crippled by not being able to believe in myself enough. And these are quite a few of those days. Small wins is what I think is one of the most powerful things to combat that. I actually have something here, and I'll show you this as well, that helped me quite a lot with this. This is the 5-minute journal. There's actually an app for this as well, but I really enjoy writing. I'll flip up an open page here, and I'll just show you what this is essentially. Hope I'm not breaking any copyright laws, by the way. Promoting the 5-minute journal is what I'm doing. But what you're doing here is every morning you write down what you're grateful for. 3 things you're grateful for. Everyone has 3 things they're grateful for. Then you write down what would make today great. 3 things. Getting out of bed, getting dressed could be one thing if you're at that level. Making that call, having lunch with my kids, going for a run, whatever would make today great. You write down those 3 things. And then you write down the daily affirmations. I am strong, powerful, good enough, capable of loving others, lovable, grateful, valuable, whatever it is. You write that down. When I started doing this, I got some perspective on life. I had so much to be grateful for, and I had achieved so much more than I saw on a daily basis because I was comparing myself and my success to others. And if I look at Tony Robbins, I have nothing, which is fine. He started from a humble beginning as well. He built his business as well. But I can't compare with that because I'm not there yet. Notice I'm not there yet. I'll get there eventually, but I'm not there yet. And that's okay. I can't compare with anyone else. I can only compare with myself. And looking at who I am today, comparing that with a year ago, it's a huge difference. Comparing that to 5 years ago, it's a different life. I can't remember how that life was. We have to build small and steady progress. To wrap the 5-minute journal up as well, at night, you write down what made today great and 3 amazing things that happened. Gratitude, I think that's an important lesson in all of this. You're watching this, meaning you are one of the lucky people. Someone would easily do anything to switch life with you, to have your problems instead. We are incredibly blessed to have the opportunity to be here, to do this. And there's so much we can achieve. Turn off the TV. Stop eating into the fear. Stop eating into all of the concepts that people are trying to push down your throat and go create your life. Really, I haven't watched the news for ages. I'm creating my life, and I'm creating my life with you here right now. You have to create your life as well. And I think wrapping up here, what we have to understand, fear is our friend. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. When doubt creeps in, because it will, small wins are going to get you there. And anxiety is basically interest on a loan you did not take. So instead of feeling anxious, do something about it. And it comes back to you. It comes back to you owning your life and taking responsibility for your life. And it starts with stepping out and becoming afraid. And when we're afraid, we grow. And when we grow, we turn into the person we actually want to be. So, my friend, what are you going to do today that takes you out of the comfort zone? My name is Joel. It's been a pleasure talking to you today. If you found any value at all in this live stream today or in the concepts I've talked about, feel free to like and share. It helps so much. My mission is to improve the life of 10 million people. That's what I'm doing. And I put a deadline to it before 2024. So your help in spreading the word is much appreciated. As always, we're here to help. You let us know who we need to bring on here to help you move your life and your business forward, and we'll make sure to bring them on. We make sure to offer you help in any way or shape or form you need it. But we need your input. What do we want to do with this? So, my friend, I hope you have a fantastic day. This will be the last stream before Christmas. Because next week, if I can look at a calendar correctly, it is the 22nd of December. And I'm out Christmas shopping because I will have a complete panic running around in all the stores trying to grab the last final pieces of gifts before Christmas. And here we celebrate Christmas on the 24th. That's what we do here. So, my friend, I wish you a Merry Christmas and I look forward to talking to you next time. Have a wonderful day. Take care, guys. Bye.